A lot of you get absolutely assaulted, destroyed by partner objections. I need to talk to my wife. I need to run it by my husband. We never make decisions this way. We always make these kinds of decisions as a family. And then you believe that shit and the deal dies. And what's really happening here is that you don't have the right context. Here's the thing about partner objections. There are times that it is real in the sense that they do need to talk to their spouse before making a full commitment, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they still do need to make a decision for their problem and they need to take responsibility in solving their problem. This is their problem, not their spouse's problem. And because there are times that it is real, a lot of you cope and you don't do what you need to do and you just chalk it up to, oh, well, that's how they make decisions. In this video, we're gonna talk about how to pre-handle the objection and the full framework behind that, how to tell if it's real or not towards the end, how to actually handle the objection and get them over the line, and how to do all this without doing a bunch of aggressive shit or going and causing a fucking divorce, right? So without further ado, let's dive in. Now, before we dive in, you're probably wondering, who is this guy and why is he even qualified to talk about this? My name's Nick. I've been in high ticket sales for close to 3 years. I've collected over $3 million in cash and helped close to 100 closers hit their best months ever. Like Chris here. Chris has only been in high ticket sales for like 3 months. He came into a team. His very first month on that team, he was the top performer. There's a screenshot. Or we have Colton here, who is making 3-4 grand a month, who's making 8,500 a month now. Or we have Alex here, who lives in Romania. He was making 2 grand a month before we started working together. 4 to 5 months later, he's making 10 grand a month. He's one of the top setters on one of the biggest offers in info. I could keep going, guys. And the number one thing that is consistent across all of them is they didn't get better at sales. They got better at understanding how people make decisions. And that's exactly what I'm gonna help you do. So the first thing is understanding the actual objection. Because again, guys, there are instances where it is real that they really do need to run it by their partner before making a full investment, but that doesn't mean that they can't actually do some type of commitment to solving their problem first. And so you have to understand where the objection actually comes from, and it comes from a lack of responsibility. This person has a pattern of deflecting responsibility to their partner. Now, they may have showed you that earlier in the discovery if you were listening for it, that they struggle to take ownership. And a big sign of that is people who externalize their problems. What you want to do in the discovery, after you've gotten a full understanding of their pain, their problems, whatever you want to call it, you want to be the one to bring up the spouse conversation. So I'm gonna show you a live call right now of exactly how I did it with this gentleman, of understanding, is the spouse in the picture? Do they know that you're looking to even solve this problem, or is it a pleasant surprise? And then you want to identity frame them as the type of person who takes action. Let's look at this clip. I can imagine. And you said your wife is an accountant, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And does she know about this transition that you're looking to make, or this additional stream, or is it like a pleasant surprise for her, or what? Boom. Number one, does your wife know that you are looking to take this leap, or is it a pleasant surprise for her? This is going to tell us where they are in this conversation, if this is just some shit that he just came up with overnight and booked a call, or if it's been an ongoing conversation. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah, no, I've talked to her about just about a second stream income for sure.
Yeah, and how does she feel about it? Boom, he's talked to her about it. Okay, how does she feel? Where's her head at?
I mean, she's open to it as long as I can get to things like, do the daycare pickup I need to do and that sort of thing. Like, all good.
Yeah, green flag right there. She's open for it. Now, I can maybe do a second video. If you guys are getting sauce from this, you can comment second spouse or some shit like that below. And I could do a second one to show you what happens if he says that she's not on board. But in this case, she knows that he's looking to do this and she's on board. Let's keep going. Yeah. And excuse me, is this something that y'all would be doing together? Is it more of like a you thing, or what would?
No, more of a me thing. She's got her plate's pretty full.
Ah, that's a good context right there. It's a me thing. Her plate's pretty full. Don't let that go over your head. And so when it comes to like another stream of income, getting the help to do so, it's kind of just, she kind of just has the decision in your hands, just figure out whatever's best for the family type of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of how we operate. It's like on big purchases.
So before we keep going, I identity framed him. Don't let this shit go over your head, right? I identity framed him that, oh, okay, so it sounds like she kind of trusts your judgment, like as the leader of the household, to kind of do what you feel like is best for the family. Yes, boom. Now he's about to give me more shit that I didn't even ask for, because he is opening up and he's getting more comfortable. And what he's about to say here is going to be key. Let's keep going.
As we talk about it and make sure everyone's on the same page, but big would be anything over like 2 grand. Other than that, it's like, yeah, go do what you got to do. Got you.
Makes sense. Sounds like you got a good one. So I can see why the family is standing. Boom. He just told me, again, I didn't even ask this shit. He just told me that he is good to make decisions that are less than 2 grand. Right now, the program is 6,800. I'm keeping that shit in my mind though. right? Because if he tries to give me this shit at the end, now I know what the threshold is for them to be able to make a decision. Now, don't pay too much attention to the specific call and the specific scenario here, more so the principle behind it, because this is context I literally would not have had if I didn't ask, right? And the only reason I'm able to ask this is because I got context around his pain, around why he's looking to make a change, how long that's been going on for, the effects it's having on him and his family. I understood where his wife is at in the whole process here. And he just told me, again, that as long as it's less than $2,000, he can do it. Boom. And now the question becomes, how do we take this and weave it into the objection when the objection comes? So it's a pretty simple 3-step process of how to cook that objection when it comes. So now we're going to go through the process. So again, y'all understand the theory behind this shit. And then once we do, I'm going to show you the live call, the same live call at the very end when he tries to give me that bullshit and how I'm able to weave that stuff in, right? So the first thing you want to do, guys, is you always want to diffuse no matter what the objection is. I don't give a fuck if they need to talk to their wife, to their dog. I don't care if they need to pray on it. I don't care if they need to sleep on it. Whatever it is, you first want to diffuse it. Cool? All good, man? Yeah, no worries. Totally fine. And the reason is because when someone gives an objection, their guard is up, right? And their cortisol spiking, their fucking heart rate is through the roof, their heart's pounding. They just heard a price and they instantly reacted. This is a knee-jerk reaction. Again, the reason they're here is because these people struggle to take ownership over their fucking lives. That's the whole reason that they're on the call with you. And so that's not just going to go away because you had a great discovery. It's going to minimize it, but it doesn't mean that it's just 100% going to go away, right? If you attack immediately, then their walls stay up. But if you diffuse that shit and you say it's all good, then they soften. Now we got something to work with, right? So after you do that, then you want to clarify. This is going to be key because remember what I was saying earlier, that they're not all real objections, right? They're not always them actually needing to talk about it with their spouse. A lot of times these people are used to using their spouse as the deflection wall of anything that needs to be done. Oh, I just need to talk to my lady. Oh, I just need to talk to my husband. And so in step 2 here, this is where you find out if the objection is real or not. And so you're going to ask them, besides needing to talk to your spouse, is there anything else that would keep you from feeling good about this? What does this question do? It does 3 things. It isolates the objection, it tests whether the spouse objection is even real, and then it forces them to reveal their objection, not their spouse. If they say anything outside of, no, I feel good, I just need to run it by her, the shit is not real. Right? Are you following? You see what I'm saying? So if you ask that and they say, yeah, like I got a couple examples, right? You know, besides your wife or, you know, talking to her, is everything good with you? And they say something like, yeah, I just need to think about it a little more. Or, yeah, the money's a concern. Or, yeah, I'm not fully sure yet. Boom. This was never about the spouse. This was about them. And what's happening here is they are comfortable hiding behind the wall of their spouse, and they're going to give you their objection behind their spouse. Now we know we're not dealing with the real partner objection. Now, if they say anything besides, yes, I'd move forward, what I'm about to tell you is not relevant, right? Because now you're going to handle their real objection. So if they say that, pause this video, because the shit's not relevant anymore. 99% of the time, though, if it's a real spouse objection, that's not what they'll say. They'll say, yes, I'm good. Right? And again, this is on the back end of having a good discovery too, right? So now you handle their objection and you forget about the spouse immediately, right? And again, you get the fuck off this video because it's not relevant to you. Now, after you get the yes, the way you handle it is going to be different depending on what they say, right? Permission versus support, right? So understanding, okay, when it comes to talking to her, is it more of a permission thing? Let me actually preface before I say this. The way you ask the question is really important because you want to, the answer that you want is support, right? So you want to phrase it in a way that gets you that kind of an answer. And use this shit ethically, guys, because it's ethical manipulation, okay? You can ruin people's lives if you don't have good intentions. But the way you're gonna say it is, okay, and is it more of like a asking for permission thing, or is it more so, you know, I've been dealing with XYZ problems. You know, we need to bring more money into the household. This is what I'm doing, and more so like getting her support around it. What would you say? Very rarely are they going to say it's a permission thing if you phrase it that way, right? They're going to say it's a support thing, which is perfect. Now, we need to understand who makes the actual decisions and if they genuinely need approval or if they're just scared and using their spouse as a buffer, right? So when they tell you that it's a support thing, the way you want to position the deposit, you want to position a deposit, which is really an enrollment for a less or lesser amount. You want to position it as them taking action and then giving them something to support on. So rather than just yapping, which you've been doing for the last 5 fucking years, Mr. Prospect, let's give your wife something to actually support you on, right? Let's actually show her the inside, right? Let's show her what you've actually taken action on. I keep saying actually, but you get the point here. And so now that you've seen the pre-handling, you understand the theory behind it. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do this on a call when they try to get slippery and squirmy, even though they told you the shit that they said before. Let's dive in.
Do, do, do. Just thinking, I
Mhm.
would have to talk to the wife just to see, because 68 is in our ballpark of, hey, let's talk about this before we invest.
So what did I say the first thing is? To diffuse. That's what we're about to do here.
Yeah, all good.
So maybe let me give her a chat tonight,
That's fine.
and I can let you
Um,
know.
so like,
So boom, we diffuse it. All good. That's fine. Now, in the call, I'm thinking that's bullshit because of his body language and his tone and the way that he's saying it. You can't really see it because he's blurred, but he's like looking up off into space and shit, and he's looking for an excuse is basically what he's doing here. And then he found one, which is spouse, right? I diffused it. Let's keep going.
spouse aside, obviously, I know you said that earlier, right? That you guys talk. That aside, is there anything else that would keep you from being 100% certain on this?
Right? We need to clarify that the spouse is the only thing. So that's number two. We could check that box, right? We defused him. Now we need to understand, okay, besides talking to your lady, is there anything that would keep you from feeling good?
No, I mean, it sounds like what I'm looking for, and sounds like it's super helpful. So I think I just need to confirm there and uh, be ready to pull the trigger.
Boom, right? We got a good answer there. Now I know that there isn't a real objection in the back of his mind. Now I know it's actually a spouse thing and this dude is sold and does want to move forward. Because I don't even mean to beat a dead horse here, but if he would have said anything else, do you see why I'm saying the shit wouldn't really be relevant that I'm talking about right now? If he would have said anything besides what he just said right there, or a variation of what he just said right there.
Gotcha. And so, like the conversation with her, is it more of like a support thing? Like, hey, babe, this is the thing I'm starting. I just want your support, or like a permission to spend the money conversation?
Boom. Next part, permission versus support. Pay attention to how I said it though, right? The way I said it is I'm very clearly taking him down the path of answering as a support.
I'm pretty sure I've got her support. It'd be more of a, hey, we're gonna spend the money. This is where it's going. Been talking about this a little bit. What do you think?
Mhm.
Now it's a little shaky there, right? Because he said, I'm pretty sure I have her support. It's more so permission. The shit doesn't even make sense because if you have her support, then why do you need to get her permission? Like it doesn't even add up, right?
Gotcha. So just like letting her know.
Yeah, exactly. More, and she knows, but more, yeah, more like, hey, we're about to spend a couple thousand here.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
What did I say earlier? Deflecting responsibility. She knows, she supports him. He's scared to make the decision. He's deflecting it to her. We're not going to let that shit slide. Come on.
And as far as far as your wife, you said that you guys have talked about like YouTube automation and whatnot.
Yeah, she knows I've been looking into it and thinking about it.
Yeah. And for you to invest $6,800, would it be important for her to know that you're committed and have some kind of like commitment that if you're going to invest that kind of money?
Yeah, I mean,
Setting him up for a deposit here, right? Commitment. Is it important for her to know that you're committed if you were going to spend that kind of money?
she knows me, and I am a committed guy, so she knows that side of it.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, and she knows I do well with coaching from the previous business coaching I've gotten and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, just be more of a verify. Hey, this is what it costs. Sound good?
Cool. So let's do this, right? Usually the minimum to start.
So what did we just do there is again, I understood that it's a smokescreen and he's just a little scared puppy to make an investment, which is all good. So now I'm going to meet him in the middle and he's going to make a commitment to himself before we talk about the wife.
Start is 35 or 34, so half of it. Obviously, you need to talk to your wife, right?
Mhm.
I know you said earlier that like the the threshold before you guys have to talk is 2K. And so we could put that 2K down, give you access to everything, be a form of commitment, and then you talk to her, and then we just talk about how we knock out the rest.
This is why you need context. Like, if I only showed you guys this part of the call, sure, sounds great, but I didn't show you how I got the context to be able to even have this type of conversation. Shit's important because now this is how I'm weaving it in. Also, I'm not doing it in an attacking way, right? I'm not saying, well, you said, right? I'm doing it in a collaborative way of, well, I know this is the threshold that we talked about earlier. We can meet in the middle. We could start with this. You could talk to her. We could show the inside. We knock out the rest. And by the way, that's exactly what this guy did. And he ended up piffing the next day. So he started with 2 and then he knocked out the 48 the next day. And he didn't get a divorce, right?
After.
Yeah, let me talk to her. I just want to make sure like she's totally on board.
Come on, Mr. Prospect. She is on board. She's been knowing that you want to do something. This has nothing to do with her.
I just want to make sure it's like a totally good thing. I think I'm probably 85% of the way there as far as what we've talked about. So I just want to make sure we're totally on the same page. And
so we just got a little bit of a red flag there because we were building some momentum. And this is sales, guys. Like, sometimes they'll just fucking throw curveballs at you. He just told me that he's 85% of the way there. Hold on. Where the fuck did that come from?
and on it.
Got you. What do you mean by 85%?
We've talked about potentially doing it and that sort of thing. She knows I'm on this call today. But I just want to totally be like, hey, this is where the direction I'm going to go and make sure she's 100% in.
Right. And so
Listen to the language, guys. The language is really important because you can tell that this has little to do with her and has everything to do with his uncertainty within himself. Don't let this shit go over your head.
she's been hearing you talk about like wanting another stream of income for, I think you said about like a year, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And she's aware of YouTube automation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
I don't think she totally gets it, but I've been mentioning it. Yeah.
Okay. And so before we keep going, right, with what we walked through, does it actually feel like what we're doing here would help?
Now we gotta put a brakes on shit, right? Okay, does she know about YouTube automation? Does she know that you want to do something? Yes. Okay, let's first understand that. Take her out of the picture again. We're pretty much going to the beginning of the objection handling. Is there anything that would keep you from feeling good? Like, do you feel like this is the path? Because it sounds like there's some type of an objection swimming around in his fucking head.
Yeah, I do. I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, got you. And so I know you said that, a little earlier about your wife is like she's open to it if you think it makes sense, right? As long as you do what you feel like you need to do, right? And so let's put a deposit down.
I'm not attacking the dude too, right? I'm not throwing his words back at him, but I am reminding him and I'm keeping him accountable, but without raising a guard. Now I'm bringing it right back to asking for the sale again. Another thing, guys, is objection handling is largely very tactical and framework based. A lot of it, though, is endurance. A lot of it is staying in the ring and not accepting their bullshit. And your conviction of why they need to move forward, it has to overcome their conviction as to why they need to stay the same. Something key to understand is that their brains will tell them that the safe thing to do is doing nothing versus doing the right thing. And that's exactly where this guy is. So after I got those checkpoints and made sure that there isn't anything swimming around, I go right back to asking for the sale again. Let's keep going.
Right? I don't want you to sleep in the doghouse or the couch or whatever. And so we could figure out how we knock out the remainder later, right? But let's take that first step. That way you're showing her you took action, you're showing her exactly what's inside, right? And it's beyond a step of, babe, I know I've been talking about us making more money, but I took that first step. This is what the inside looks like. I didn't invest the full amount before we spoke.
Remember how I told you that you want to frame the support thing, right? You want to frame it as, listen, and he threw me a curveball too, but let me show you what I've actually invested in. Let me show you the action, the steps that I've taken towards leading our family to better, right? This shit's important because, again, like I keep saying, A, I'm not attacking him, and B, him doing that is the best of both worlds because he's not investing the full amount, but at the same time, he's also not doing nothing and just deflecting the responsibility and the decision, right?
Yeah, we could potentially do that.
Right now, he's starting to be more malleable. Again, you can't really see him, but he's nodding his head, right? He's starting to be more malleable. He's like, yeah, we could potentially do that. Now we're getting somewhere.
Just knowing her, I'd feel more comfortable if we can have a full conversation about it, and then put cash down it as
Hmm.
long as she's on the same page.
For sure. So that's why we're not doing the full amount, right? Because I want her to be on the same page as well, right? And I want you to
Yeah,
present
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Pay attention to my tone here and my body language. I'm not being reactive at all. Like, we started to get a little bit of momentum, and then he just like rug pulls it and says, but I still need to talk to her. A lot of you would have either ended it here and folded, and then the deal would have been lost, or you would have just started to get pissed off. Why are you getting pissed off? This is how the dude's been making decisions, guys. Why are you getting upset? Stay calm. Do not be reactive. Let's keep going.
But beyond a place of like verbally presenting it to her, but more so like, this is what's inside,
Yeah,
right? This is
financially,
exactly what it
yeah,
looks like. And I'm inside, but of course I wouldn't do, I know our threshold is X amount, so of course I wouldn't go over that before we talk.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I think just knowing her, it'd probably be better to fully discuss it. She'd be, even if I was like, hey, I put 1,000 down on this thing. It's really going to help me. This is what the direction I want to go in. There'd still be a little bit of a what the fuck moment of like, hey, you did what? Um,
Now, I'm about to drop some sauce here with what I say next, right? And part of it is A, being detached and not really giving a fuck if he moves forward or not, because it doesn't really make a difference for me. And two, it's being able to reframe how he's thinking. This is like some pretty advanced shit right here. Don't let this go over your head.
so yeah, let me talk to her. Can I follow up with you like tomorrow morning or something like that?
Hell no, you can't follow up with me tomorrow morning. Fuck out of here.
That
Yeah, all
it'll
good,
be
man. All
that'd
good.
be
All good. What really puts you in a what the fuck moment is us having the conversation for over a year of wanting to start
yeah,
something, and then this being another conversation without you having made a commitment, right?
What do we do there? He says that if he invests without talking to her, it puts them in a what the fuck moment. And so I changed what he views as a what the fuck moment as him not doing anything is actually really going to create a what the fuck moment. And I'm using his exact language too, right? And I'm diffusing him. I'm telling him it's all good. I'm smiling, right? This is how you stay in the pocket. This is how you stop people from shutting down. Let's keep going.
And especially if you're
no,
going
it's
to invest
true.
$6,800, then there has to be some form of commitment, right? And so if
Yeah,
your wife's plate is as full as we were talking about, right, and she trusts your judgment, like we said, and this is you taking a first step to be able to bring more money into the house, right? If anything, it sounds like she'd be happy that you took action and that you got that ball rolling, and even happier that you didn't do the full amount without involving her, right? So it's in between of
yeah,
like
potentially.
he took action, but he didn't do the whole thing, without involving me.
Reframe, right? That's we're changing again his perception of what a what the fuck moment is.
Right, right.
So that way it's a babe, this is what I did, just wanted to let you know, as opposed to babe, should I do this? Because that's what it may come off as if we haven't taken a step forward.
Right, right.
Slowly but surely, he's stepping closer and closer over to the other side.
Yeah. Um, are we talking refundable deposit or like deposit?
See, we're getting closer, right? And I'm firm as a rock right here.
Not like
So
cash down.
tell me this, if she hears this and she's like, fucking terrible idea, YouTube isn't even a real platform,
Just
what
turn
were
these
you
lights on.
thinking? Where would you go from there?
Um,
You just gotta think through this shit with these people, guys. Like, you're the leader here, right? He asked me, are we talking refundable deposit? Now, if I was hungry for this, I'd be like, yeah, refundable. No, fuck that. Why are you asking if it's refundable? That's non-committal language. We're not taking that shit. Let's keep going.
I don't know because I haven't thought about it that far.
I bet you haven't, Mr. Prospect, but it's all good. I'm gonna get you right.
Are you going to figure out another way to make it work, or are you going to give up on everything?
Um, I mean, really depends. I think, um, no, I mean, I'm not gonna give up on it. I might kick the can down the road another several months potentially if she's what are you doing? Why YouTube? Like, is this for real? Is this gonna
That's a big problem right there. He just said that he's going to continue to kick the can down the road if she doesn't see what he sees. This tells me exactly what I said earlier, that the objection has very little to do with her, but it has to do with him being fearful of making a decision, him being fearful of making the wrong decision. And that's exactly what we're helping him through, right? And again, it comes down to me being the calm, authoritative leader here, right? Shout out to Coach Raff.
is this gonna pan out kind of thing?
Right. And the
Yeah.
challenge there is we saw what happened when we kicked the can with the PT business, right? You were kicking yourself
Yep.
years later, right? And so let's say hypothetically, she says no, you and I would just figure out a way to make it work, right? Even if it's not doing it all in one, like most people, and we need to like break it down over a couple months or whatever to make it a little more comfortable for you, because she's not on board, then we just have that conversation. So not necessarily if you're going to do it, it's more so like, okay, now we just need to talk about how.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
And you got to be comfortable sitting in that silence too, right? Because right here, a lot of you fuckers would start to fill the silence with noise and you would just start yapping and continuing to just fucking ramble.
Just thinking a lot of thoughts. Yeah, I think biggest thing is I need to talk to her and just confirm it. Even I get the commitment, the deposit. I think just knowing her, knowing our relationship would be better. Listen, this is what I'm going to do. This is the commitment. Let's do it.
How many times has he told me no by now? I'm pretty sure this is probably like his third time telling me that. But I'm still in that fucking pocket, right? Because I have more endurance and I have more conviction than him. Let's keep going. Because and this is to help his ass too. Because what's two grand? That's $200. 6,800. That's like what? $700. Yeah, $700. That does very little for me versus the impact it's gonna have for him if he actually follows through. That's why I stay in that pocket.
And she would be on board.
Okay.
So I think I need to have that conversation first and foremost.
Right.
Just a more
What
in
if she
depth. This is what it looks like.
Right. So I'm not concerned about your wife, right? It's more so if she's not on board, we're gonna kick this can down the road, even longer, right? And so this isn't a commitment for her, it's more so a commitment to yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
We're cooking right now. We're cooking right now. Let's keep going.
So that
Yeah, I get that.
even if she's against it, right, we don't have to keep putting this off for another few months like we've been doing, right? Even if she's against it, rather than, like I said, paying it in full, you and I just have the conversation of what would be more comfortable for you. So you don't have to pull it directly out of like the family money. Like you could still make it
Yep.
work without having to upset her. So then again, it's a conversation of how do we make this work as opposed to if we're going to make it work.
Reframe his relationship with money and with time and with the risk. That's what we're doing here. Again, he's just a scared puppy. It's all good. That's why he's here.
Because you've already taken that
Right.
first step yourself.
Right. Um, yeah, all right. Let's throw something down deposit wise then.
Come on. Come on.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm getting some like shakiness in his voice and shit, right? These are the type of people who will hang up on you after agreeing to move forward, or they'll ask for a refund the next day. The job's not done. I now need him to justify it.
Oh yeah,
A little nervous questioning, but yeah, we're there.
it's all good. Nerves are normal. I'd be nervous if you didn't say nervous. But you're excited though. It's not just nerves, right?
Yeah. No, totally. I want to get started on it, and yeah, all good.
Oh, yeah.
Good nerves.
Let's do it. Did you want to clear that off with the debit or credit card?
And then boom, closed him up. He put 2 grand on that call, 48 on the next call the next day. And like I said earlier, he did not get a divorce. His wife did not yell at him, and he took action for his goal, right? This is sales, guys. Sales is helping people make the tough decisions, the decisions that they've been putting off, right? The decisions that they are afraid to make. We're just holding their hand and walking them through it, which requires endurance, which requires patience, which requires detachment, and lastly, which requires tactical frameworks to do. So guys, this is the easiest objection to lose money to, and you're probably losing an additional 5, 6, 7 grand a month just off of the partner objection. If you got any value off of this video, just comment down below second spouse, and I could drop another one that goes a little bit of a different direction, and I could keep dropping more objection handling videos. Again, that's only if you guys are getting value from this shit. And like I said earlier, if you actually want to get the hand holding to see the results of the people that I spoke about earlier, Colton hitting a record month at 8,500, or Chris being the top closer his very first month on a new offer, or Alex being the top setter making 10 grand a month as on one of the biggest offers in info, or Anthony making 10 grand a month at 21 years old. If you want any of those kinds of results or anything close, hit the link below. Again, I only take on 5 new students a month. It is fully my time and I don't have infinite time, so I can't work with all you fuckers. But if that fits the mold, click the link below, see if you qualify. If so, I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.